Hey guys, Zero here with another vlog review. Before we get started, I'm very sorry that these have been coming out less as often. It's been pretty busy, and I actually do have a couple that I want to work on. I also have like one I want to do on The Force Awakens, but I want to, watch it again and let it settle for a little longer. Sorry. So some of those are coming, but for the time being, I know this one's late, but let's talk about the Gaim Gaiden Duke and Knuckle. And yes, I own it on Blu-ray because I got the set that came with the Duke Lemon Arms lock seat and faceplate. So expect a Henshin Time review of this eventually, which is also coming back. Sorry about that it's taken so long, but yeah, so it's the second Gaim Gaiden Duke and Knuckle. And you know what? I think this is the best one so far, even though we only have the two. There are some things out of it I wasn't expecting. First off, not a huge fan of Knuckle. I mean, I like Zack as a character, but I was never a huge fan of him. Wasn't really a huge fan of Duke either, though I like the character. So this really dives into those some of their backstories and where they've been. So in the sense of Duke, the Duke side, it's during the Duke side, Duke Nukem, sorry. They really just, it's before the Energy Riders come into the whole thing. It might even be before the series starts. But we get to see what Professor Yova's Saigoku driver form would be, which is the lemon arms, and he has the fencing sword. But the main thing is, it's about the Genesis driver and the prototype for it, which is what Gaim does. He attaches the little prototype piece to his driver, and you can use two lock seeds. The enemy that they're fighting doesn't actually have an energy lock seed. He's just using two lock seeds to transform. But it gives him a different kind of arrow. It gives him the, I guess it's called the Savior arrow. It's just a black version of the regular arrow from the energy forms. So yeah, so that's the thing. I don't want to get into too much detail, but essentially it's about before the creation of the Genesis driver, or while it was still in development. So we also get to see backstories in this one for we get to see backgrounds in this one for I think her name is Satanako. I can't remember. The girl uses the peach energy. The name escapes me right now. Just give me a second. Might have it here. Yeah, sorry, Minato, Kamen Rider Marika. We get to see a bit of her backstory. We also get to see a bit of Sid's backstory, which makes me think, because we saw these small bits, they're not going to get their own V-Cinemas, which kind of suck, because I kind of wanted to see one for Marika, but, I mean, that gets kind of explained. So we do also see, though part of Marika's was also explained in the last one, so maybe they just don't want to do more of them, so that's why they're doing this. But anyways, for the most part, it's the Duke part's really good. I thought it had a lot of it opened up a little more information as I do gross things on the camera. Excuse me, it's in the morning. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Now on to the Knuckle part. This is where things get nuts. I think the Knuckle part is my favorite of all the Gaim Gaiden so far, and I mean, it gives me a new respect for Zack. Like, I didn't have respect. It wasn't that I didn't have respect for Zack's character before. I just really didn't put too much into it because he was a writer who came in kind of late to the game. So there wasn't really a lot for me to, go on. But I really like what they did with this. It's really, really neat. It's a whole new thought it was character about what happened after the whole Inves game was over, or when the whole big battle at the end of the series is over, like where he was. And So he went to go realize his dreams and move on. But then he found out, and he left. He had left the group in Pecco's hands, but an old friend comes back and kind of takes over Team Baron and makes Team Nero Baron. It becomes kind of like a Fight Club-esque thing, which I think is really neat because, I mean, dancing, that was really a kid's thing, and I mean, it's a kid's show, so you gotta do something so it's not dark right off the bat. So, you know, kids will watch it and parents will buy toys for it. But it's really, really good. A lot of good characterization. Step beyond it, man, for it. And it's my favorite story so far because it really expands this character who we really only knew as who started kind of as just one of Kaito's lackeys, and then moved on to be, you know, to be the new leader of Team Baron. So it was really interesting to see his growth. The other thing is his new form is really neat too. I have the lock seed for that too, the Marin lock seed or the Chestnut lock seed. But it's really, yeah, it was really good, though. The end, this is a spoiler, by the way. The end doesn't really explain what happens. Like, did he die, or did he just collapse with exhaustion? They leave it kind of open to interpretation. I'm going to assume that he just is exhausted. So, yeah. Also, they're, the villains of both these lead into each other. They're both from the same villain faction, so I won't get too much into that, but it was interesting to see them connect in that way. So, I guess to wrap this up, I thought that Kamen Rider Gaim Gaiden Duke and Knuckle was really good. It's my favorite so far of the Gaim Gaidens they've done. I hope they do more. Though, now that we have Ghost out, Gaim is now 2 seasons old. So it's like 2 seasons over. So, and because we have the Chase V Cinema coming out for soon, I have a good feeling this is probably the last Kamen Rider Gaim content we're going to get. Which is sad, because Gaim was a really good season. To me, it's my second favorite season of all time. But it is kind of sad to see it go, because it was such a great series, and I mean, if we're lucky, they'll make more Gaim Gaidens, and I'll get to keep talking about this. But for the time being, unless they announce a new one, I think that this is going to be it for Gaim. Of course, with all the characters, there's tons of potential for them to do more of these, so I hope they do, but I'm not holding my breath for anything new. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching this vlog. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and it really helps me out if you subscribe and share this video, give it a like. I appreciate all that, and I will see you all in the next vlog review. Later.